Right now across British Columbia, two separate weather systems are impacting the province at the same time, creating a complicated and potentially dangerous setup for travel and local communities. As of this Sunday morning, March 15, 2026, more than 30 active weather alerts are in effect across the province. A strong frontal system is pushing significant snowfall into the interior and northern regions, while at the same time a powerful atmospheric river is targeting the coast with prolonged heavy rainfall and strong winds. These two systems are overlapping across large parts of the province, and warnings currently stretch from the Cassiar Mountains all the way south toward the Sunshine Coast. There's a lot happening across the region today, so let's break down what residents and travelers can expect over the next 24 to 48 hours. In the far north, communities near Watson Lake and the surrounding Cassiar Mountains are under a snowfall warning as of early this morning. Forecast models from Environment Canada indicate that between 10 and 20 centimeters of snow will begin developing later this evening and intensify overnight. Along with the snowfall, strong easterly winds are expected to develop tonight, which could reduce visibility significantly and create areas of blowing snow along the Alaska Highway. Anyone traveling along that corridor tonight should be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. Drivers are encouraged to slow down, allow additional travel time, and maintain a safe distance between vehicles as visibility could drop quickly in heavier bands of snow. Further south, the community of Fort Nelson is also under a snowfall warning. Forecasters are expecting approximately 10 to 15 centimeters of snow beginning overnight and continuing into Monday morning before gradually tapering off later in the afternoon. Areas north and west of Fort Nelson could see slightly higher totals depending on how the system tracks. The warning also includes nearby areas such as Muncho Lake Provincial Park and Stone Mountain Provincial Park, which are popular travel and tourism corridors. Anyone traveling through these areas should be aware that conditions may deteriorate quickly overnight as snowfall rates increase. One of the areas expecting the highest snowfall totals in this event is the North Coast Inland region, including the community of Stewart. Current forecasts call for between 20 and 35 centimeters of snow, which is the highest snowfall range currently predicted anywhere in the province. Snow is expected to begin Sunday afternoon and continue at times heavy through the night, before gradually transitioning to rain by Monday morning as temperatures rise. Roads and walkways will likely become difficult to navigate during the heaviest snowfall periods, and travel in and around Stewart could become challenging through tonight. Meanwhile, there are also two winter storm watches still in place for parts of the North Coast and Central Coast inland regions, including the communities of Terrace and Kitimat. A winter storm watch means that conditions are favorable for a significant winter storm, but that exact details are still developing. These watches could be upgraded to full warnings later today as forecasters gain more confidence in the storm's track and intensity, so residents and travelers in those areas should continue monitoring official alerts throughout the day. Moving into the central interior, the city of Prince George is under a snowfall warning with 10 to 15 centimeters expected. Snow is forecast to begin late Sunday morning and continue through Monday morning before tapering off or transitioning to rain showers. The same warning extends across several surrounding regions, including the Bulkley Valley and the Lakes District, as well as major travel routes such as Highway 97 through Pine Pass and Highway 16. Travel along these routes could become difficult Sunday night as snow intensifies, and drivers are being reminded to check road conditions, use winter tires, and carry chains where required. Further south in the interior, the North Columbia and Kinbasket regions are expecting some of the heavier snowfall totals, with 15 to 25 centimeters possible. Snow will begin later this afternoon, intensify overnight, and then gradually transition to rain by late Monday morning as temperatures climb. This rapid change from snow to rain raises additional concerns for localized flooding, particularly in low-lying valleys where snowmelt combined with rainfall could cause water levels to rise quickly. Communities near rivers or valley bottoms should monitor conditions carefully through Monday and Tuesday. Near Anaheim Lake in the Chilcotin region, snowfall amounts of 10 to 15 centimeters are expected overnight into Monday morning. Forecasters note that snowfall totals may vary widely across this region depending on elevation and local weather patterns. As freezing levels rise Monday morning, the snow is expected to transition to rain, but travel conditions could still be challenging during the overnight period when snowfall rates are at their highest. While interior communities deal with snow, the coastal regions are facing a completely different threat. A strong atmospheric river is moving in from the Pacific Ocean and making landfall across the coast of British Columbia today. Atmospheric rivers are long, narrow corridors of concentrated moisture that transport large amounts of water vapor from the tropics toward the mid-latitudes. When they make landfall, they can produce prolonged periods of heavy rainfall. The west coast of Vancouver Island is currently under a rainfall warning with totals expected to reach between 100 and 150 millimeters through Wednesday morning. In some localized areas, rainfall could approach 200 millimeters by the time the system finally moves out. Initially, freezing levels are near sea level, which means some early precipitation may fall as snow at higher elevations. However, by Monday morning, freezing levels are forecast to rise rapidly to around 2,500 to 3,000 meters. This rapid warming means that rain will fall on existing snowpack, potentially accelerating snowmelt and increasing the risk of flooding along rivers and streams. The heaviest rainfall is expected Monday and Monday night, and officials are warning that rivers could respond quickly. Water pooling on roads, localized washouts, and landslides are all possible during this event. Drivers are strongly advised not to attempt to cross flooded roadways, as fast-moving water can easily sweep vehicles off the road. Further south along the mainland coast, the metropolitan area of Metro Vancouver is also under a rainfall warning, along with nearby communities such as North Vancouver, Coquitlam, and Maple Ridge. Total rainfall between 100 and 150 millimeters is expected from late Sunday through Wednesday morning. As the atmospheric river settles over the region, periods of heavy rain could persist for several days, raising concerns about rising river levels and potential flooding through Tuesday. Strong winds are also part of the coastal storm. Over the islands of Haida Gwaii, a wind warning is in effect, with southeasterly winds expected to reach 70 to 90 kilometers per hour, and gusts potentially reaching 110 kilometers per hour. These winds could cause localized power outages and minor structural damage, particularly to fences, tree branches, and temporary structures. Winds are expected to ease somewhat Sunday evening but remain gusty into Monday morning. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, snowfall in the northern and interior regions is expected to peak tonight, before gradually easing on Monday. Meanwhile, the atmospheric river impacting the coast will intensify Monday and Monday night, which is when the highest rainfall totals and the greatest flood risk are expected. West Vancouver Island is forecast to remain under rainfall warnings through Wednesday morning, making this one of the longest duration precipitation events currently underway in the province. There is still some uncertainty regarding how quickly freezing levels will rise and how much snow will transition into rain across mid-elevation areas. If temperatures rise faster than expected, rainfall totals could increase and snowmelt could accelerate, raising the risk of flooding even further. Regardless of the exact timing, the overall message from forecasters remains the same. Significant precipitation, hazardous travel conditions, and potential flooding will be concerns across many parts of British Columbia through the middle of the week.